introverts.com/askreddit.
My early 20s. I'm 30 now and still haven't found the charger. I feel this. You are not alone. I have been at a few parties where I just suddenly didn't want to be there and had to leave. It's like a light switch is shut off in my head. I've walked home rather than wait for my ride to be ready to go. I always find that those walks home, while frustrating to start, always ends up being somewhat refreshing for me. Even though I'm not comfortably at home, I'm doing what I want and not under social pressure. I was an orientation leader. Basically a long week of showing freshmen around campus, and I crashed hard by Wednesday. Little did I know we were also expected to go out partying with the staff in the evenings, so our days would be 8 AM to 10 PM with the first years, then 11 PM to 2 AM with our staff. It was hell. At the family dinner right after my brother's funeral. At the funeral, I was able to be that person that received all the hugs and said hello to a ton of people I hadn't seen in years. I kept it together for the most part. However, I also have a really big and overly dramatic family, and by the end of it all I was ready to be alone. So I was happy sitting in my chair at the table while everyone else mingled among themselves. Edit, sentence structure and a typo. 1 second after committing to any social event. Just getting the text asking me if I want to do something makes me sink farther into my bed. My wife and I had a couple who mildly annoys me over for dinner and a board game. Game ended around 10 PM. I was at the drained point. Was a perfect time for goodbyes. And then my wife went to the sitting room and started a whole new conversation with them. 20 minutes later, I faked being asleep to get them to leave. Get halfway through telling a story, realize it's longer than I remembered, and have to grill through the rest of it. Edit, wow lol, glad y'all can relate. Can't believe I got my first gold and silver off of this lol. Oh my god. Anytime I start a story without realizing how many backstories and side stories I have to tell in order to make them understand the main story absolutely kills my battery. In the middle of a conversation with my extrovert friend who dragged me to this party, wouldn't stop bugging me about it. Guess I looked bummed. I hate when people call you out on being an introvert and make it seem like they're better than you cause they are always surrounded by people. Middle of job interview. LMAO, why do you want to work here? You know what, I don't, please. My job is retail, so generally my social battery is on all day, and when I go out with my girlfriend it's hard to be in a social scene. I'm physically exhausted and I need the rest of the day just to re-energize. Every day, I miss going out. One of these days I'll figure it out. I had broke up with a girlfriend and a very extroverted friend of mine asked me to hang out and party with him and some of his very extroverted friends. I said duck it and went. It started out good, but by the third bar we jumped I was exhausted and ready to crash. Heady thing was that we took my car and I couldn't leave without them. We ended up going to this high-end club in Chicago and they bought bottle service for like $500. They all got drunk as duck and started urging me to get drunk, so I had to sip on water pretending that it was vodka. I pretty much spent the night trying to avoid the hordes of drunk people raving to loud as duck dance music while I had to manage my anxiety so I didn't completely melt down. Afterwards I dropped their asses off, went home, and completely shut myself out from the world for a week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.